steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Sunday, December the 1st. We're here. We've made it to the last month of the year and the best month of the year for our NFL action here as we get down to the final grind here, heading toward the postseason. We got some big games today in the NFL. I'll preview the card and also talk about some of the action last night from college football and the like. We're going to preview also today NBA, NHL as well, and maybe we'll talk about a few games from the college basketball card. Not very thrilling there on the college hardwood, but maybe we'll take a few ganders here and try to make some picks. How did you guys do yesterday with the great college football action? We know about our matchups for several of the conference championship games, and, well, the spreads are out on some of them too, but maybe we can run over some of the games for the title game week here with some great matchups here coming up next week in college football. I want to say hello to everyone joining me in the chat. You can be eligible to win our community parlay by just commenting in the chat. Make any comment at all. You can cuss me out if you want. You're still eligible. Well, don't do that, but you can just type in an emoji. You can type in a period. You can type in hello, and maybe you'll be the first winner of the Team Steam. Were we going to cancel the segment here with Team Steam Consensus Parlay? You know we're not going to, but want to thank everyone here and say hello to some folks as we get ready for the show. We already got 30 of you in here, and we've already got 11 people who have commented and are eligible for the contest here. We didn't get it done yesterday with some losses there in college football, but we'll get them. We're going to get one here sooner or later. So thanks everybody here. Who's here? Who came in first? It was Elliot. He's ready to go with the NFL action today. Andrew is worried here about, I did see, let's see, can we get a live report from Buffalo? Look, I don't think it's as big of a deal as we might have made it out to be. Remember, I came on talking about this days ago, said maybe it's a good chance to get on the under in that game. But while we have seen a slight decline in the total, I don't think we've seen a blizzard-like decline or lake effect type decline. Let me see. I think we do have, I think we did get the live report here. Let me see if we got it. Yes, we do. Andrew says, can we get that live report? Here it is. This is, guess last night. We have the report from last night here. There it is. There it is, live report from last night in Buffalo there. So we'll see what happens tonight with the Bills and the 49ers. We did get the news that we do expect Brock Purdy to be ready to go here in that game tonight. So that's good news, certainly, for the 49ers, and a big game here with Sunday Night Football and the big afternoon feature as well with the Eagles and the Ravens here. We got 7 games in the morning slate. Johnny Walker's here as well. Johnny
System play.
Make money, not love. Hey, good morning, everybody. And good morning to my right-hand man. My Ed McMahon is Thomas Lewis. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up, Sports Money Network here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Johnny Walker says, get in the drawing, everybody. Ferner's here. Thank you for coming by. Nasty Nate says the Patriots will smash today. Dana Delp is here as well. Johnny Walker, hello. And let's see there. Yeah, Elliot was our contest winner yesterday. Maybe we just make the contest winner get to pick their own teams, but that's no fun. That's not how it works. But we did go down there early, I think, in the consensus parlay yesterday. And maybe we can just touch on it real quick with at least get it out of the way with I don't even think we came that close to taking it down there yesterday, but we did have a few L's there from team consensus, including the Kansas Jayhawks. Kind of took us out of the running there a little bit early. We did have you guys had Alabama with a nice play there. Team consensus. Alabama rolled. I had Alabama here on the show. Let's see who else is here. T-Bird is here today, as well as Public Enemy. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. James Parm, rocking it today. Joe is here today. Thank you, Joe, for being here. And Patrick as well. Thank you, Patrick. He says, there it is. He does have the snow going there. We'll see. And yeah, I do think it will be okay tonight. We're not going to see a cancellation or any Futon Bets made it by. Ziggy's here today as well. Chosen One, thank you. Good to have you in Super True Story as well. So they're all eligible and in for the drawing today here on December 1st. Premium pick winners. We had a few in college football yesterday, and we also had some nice winners, I thought, on the show, including the South Carolina Gamecocks show winner yesterday. Pittsburgh, BC, we had that one to go over. We also gave out NC State here on the show yesterday. We had a premium pick winner with Miami and Syracuse. We didn't get it done with Miami for Mitch Wilson there, and boy, he would have been mad the way they kind of squandered that lead yesterday, or for the Hurricanes against Syracuse in a pretty thrilling game though last night. Virginia Tech over was a winner for us here on the show yesterday. We also had a winner on the show yesterday with Michigan and Ohio State game to go under. I guess flag planting season is over now, so we're changing those rules here. You can't go out there. Whoever thought you could plant a flag in artificial turf anyways? That's probably where the problem lies. What are you going to do? Maybe you set up one of those stands with those plastic pipes and just kind of stand the flag up there. I don't know, but if you lose your home game, get off the field. Let the other team, they're not going to. Here's the one problem, though, in the Michigan-Ohio State game, right? We did see, 4 fights after games with the flag planting ceremony. I don't know what it is, but, in the and they're considering, what to do about the game with
system play.
In the big game with Michigan and Ohio State, right? But for the police to have to resort to their pepper spray, what exactly are you trying to accomplish here? Was there a crime being committed? Was there someone with a knife, a gun? What were you exactly trying to accomplish by using pepper spray to break up a fist fight among basically professional athletes? There's no need for that. These guys can sort things out themselves. I think there's too many police on the field, actually. Worry about fans coming on the field. You don't worry about personnel. We've got a ton of coaches on each side. Most of them aren't going to fight. They'll organize. All you're doing is stimulating the team from out of town. And that was a problem that I thought with the situation yesterday. Hey, maybe boys will be boys. These athletes, you're getting paid now, though. Act like professionals. Nobody's listening to me, but also you can't plant a flag on our artificial turf. All right. We had some other winners, though, yesterday. FIU here on the show over middle. Remember that impromptu play that we gave out yesterday? That worked out, I thought, pretty well. We had a premium pick winner last night late. Air Force and San Diego State game to go over. Felt like an easy winner. Premium pick winner. South Florida and Rice game to go over. App State, Georgia Southern under was a winner for me. I gave out Texas Tech here on the show. Also gave out Western Kentucky as a premium pick winner. LSU, premium pick winner for me last night. So hopefully you guys did well. We also had some other nice winners here, including Texas A&M total to go under as a premium pick winner. We gave out Louisville, premium pick winner. I thought all the sports did pretty well yesterday, except for college basketball. I kind of tanked it, but I think we were profitable in the other sports there, including 3-1 in the NBA, 11-7 in college football with these premium picks, including late last night, Nevada and UNLV game to go under. And who woke up to some money? I gave out Hawaii as a premium pick winner yesterday over at winnable.com. You can get my best picks today. You can get my best picks today, but unfortunately, I don't know. I might have one of my lightest NFL cards, certainly my lightest NFL card of the year, but I ask you to check me out over at winnable.com. I've got my 2 plays up in the NFL today. Mr. Volume is not voluming it out here in the NFL. Maybe it's a tough card, and I'm never going to cheat myself. It's got to be a premium pick play to qualify, even though I may have 25 college basketball plays in a day. I've got 2 right now in the NFL. Head on over to winnable.com. Subscribe to my premium pick packages. Hopefully go 2-0. I may add something, but I don't know if I'm going to here. I'll hopefully give you a bunch of free winners here in just a moment on the show. But I'll have NBA, NHL, college basketball over at winnable.com. Check me out over there and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those best picks that I have. You're going to get them directly delivered to your phone or device, and you can sign up with me over there using your Apple Pay or Google Pay and set your text updates over there. Like I said, use that promo code STEAM to save 20%. Basically, if you get my $20 package, this is how you support me here on the Sports Money Network. I used to be on those channels over there and charge $25, $35, $45 for my Sunday NFL package, for example. But now I'm really just doing it as a token amount to keep me coming back here. Just let me know you're interested by subscribing over at winnable.com. $20 a month, you're going to get sometimes over a dozen plays a day, really just more plays or information in your pocket. You can run it up against your own picks. If we're on agreement, maybe you play it harder. If I'm in a disagreement with you, maybe you taper it back. Maybe you fade me. Whatever the case may be, you're going to get a constant flow of information, mostly plays, to your inbox or your app with me. So please consider joining me over there at winnable.com. and use that promo code. Basically comes out to about 50 cents a day. So, hey, it's pay-per-view here with me on the show. All right.
Final.
A few more hellos and maybe talk a few more college football games here because we got Scott. It's a pretty busy card, though, still, for the most part, with our schedule today. So we don't necessarily need to spend too much time on yesterday, but I would like to talk about some of the big college basketball games, and we also know about the like I said, those matchups. So all right. Oh no, Thomas, I hope he's not saying fade the consensus. I think we do okay. We just got to get them all, right? It's a parlay, right? So Andrew says it's cold where he's at. Ziggy says they taught, yeah, that was a very nice video that the Pick Dogs family had. And man, what a superstar that Carrie Wilson is. Man, you could just see how great of a relationship she had with Mitch. They obviously two peas in a pod. What a fun time it must be to hang out with the Wilsons, and we're gonna miss Mitch and his videos and his rock and roll shirts. So we'll be thinking about him still for a while for sure, on a daily basis. So, all right, who else is here? Let's check it out. And Patrick says that the fighting on the field, are just like if they're fighting on the street. If I read that correctly, but I don't know if that is I don't feel like that's the case. We do need to protect players from fans and coaches, no doubt about it, but not breaking up the fights. It feels like, huh? Ray's here, Lando's here as well. Hello, Philly Eagle Flyer is here today. Doubles is here. Good morning to Doubles. And Robert McCormick as well. All right, Ferner. And, I guess they're not going to fire the coach at Ohio State. I tried to fire him last year after the Michigan game, but, you only have a few jobs as the Ohio State coach, and one of them is to beat Michigan. So, winning a lot of games, no doubt, probably not going to end up costing you your job. But I don't know, Ryan Day. You got to beat Michigan. You got out-coached. They got outplayed, if you will. Juan Chavez here. Thank you, Juan. Good to have you in the chat. And I think that's it from the chat here right now. So, hey, how about our card yesterday, though, in college football and those matchups that I said we'll be getting to next week? How about some of the big ones with Clemson and SMU be going at it in the ACC? Penn State and Oregon in the Big Ten at Indianapolis with what we saw yesterday. Bye, Buckeyes. Not great there, but it was a fun, exciting game, I thought, though, certainly. Georgia and Texas will be meeting in Atlanta in the SEC championship, and we got some other ones as well, including Tulane and Army. Much anticipated, I think. I think that's the underrated one there, right? Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State. Wait a minute. Didn't we just see them play yesterday? They're going to play in the Sun Belt final. Also, Mountain West, UNLV. Boy, it's exciting to go to UNLV is the best team in Allegiant Stadium. They're better than the Raiders. The crowd is more into it, it seems like. And UNLV will take on Boise State. That one's going to be on the blue turf, though. And in the MAC, it's going to be Miami O against the Big O, Ohio in Detroit in the MAC final. We'll get Thomas's input next week on that one, but there were some exciting games yesterday. How about Marshall over Madison in overtime? And we said Marshall and Louisiana. We look at some of those matchups here, moving forward. So let's see here. What else? Oh, Texas over Texas A&M there. A&M trailed, right? Texas led. Yes, Texas led 17-0 at halftime and held on for the win over A&M. Iowa State and Kansas State. That was a pretty exciting game as the Cyclones finished 10-2 there. So South Carolina over Clemson in that one. They got the winning touchdown with a minute left in the game. Georgia over Georgia Tech in overtime. That one was just 17-0 at halftime. Tech led. We were, touting Tech certainly in that one. And, there's some other upsets as well yesterday with I think Rice over South Florida. I'm trying to think of some, but college basketball, Seton Hall lost to Monmouth yesterday. That was can't have Seton Hall. We can't have Big East teams losing that one. Creighton beat Notre Dame, despite the fact that we got that late news about their star being out of the game. We gave out Creighton. They still got it done. How about my San Diego State Aztecs with a big win over Houston yesterday? Look, I mean, I'm sitting here, coming on here, trying to tell you that the Aztecs got a typical San Diego State team. They're like 46th in the Ken Palm right now. They were 200-1 last night after that game. I think that's 200-1 on an Aztec team that just went to the Final Four recently, and they've got everything that I watched this San Diego State team. This team is certainly as qualified as any of the others. They have the same type of size they always have. They have the same type of depth. They just don't have the experience, I think, that they usually have. But when you look at them being able to break down a team like Houston, it did go overtime. Remember I said, this one probably be 115 points. After the first 5 minutes of the game, it looked like it was going to be 75 points. But the Aztecs did get it done in overtime, and I had to put down $20 on the Aztecs at 200-1. I mean, come on. This team has every opportunity to win their conference, and they'll be rising up the charts. I have a feeling here. I think this San Diego State team, in the end, they'll grow here. I know I'm touting my team, but 200-1. Got to have a futures bet on them to win the whole thing. Again, just looking for some equity down the line. You make it to the Sweet 16 at 200-1. I'm pretty sure I can make a little profit out of that. UConn over. Let's see here. I think that's it. UConn beat somebody, right? They beat up on. So they got back in the win column. There. Did I miss any games there? Notre Dame. How about Notre Dame over USC last night? You guys called it, I think, in the chat more so than I did. They dumped them. They crushed them, no doubt about it. Notre Dame beat USC again yesterday. Western Kentucky, that was an exciting one, too. They kicked a 50-yarder with 3 seconds left. So, like I said, they'll meet up again, I guess, here next week, huh? And other flag plantings included North Carolina State over North Carolina yesterday. So, all right, get ready going with the show here today. NFL, NCAA. I got to get the lyrics down from our song here. Let me get the NFL notes out here and get rolling. Get ready with your picks today and see if we can't get some consensus here with you guys. I'm watching Premier League action right now. We're at halftime at a bunch of games here, just moving to half with Manchester United lighting up Everton at this point, Chelsea over Villa here. So, all right, see what else we got. A few more hellos and we'll get going here. Andrew says, go ahead and fire Ryan Day. And all right, Curtis, hello and thank you. Here we go. Let's go. Let's talk some NFL football, shall we? Today I've got picks, but I've only got 2 premium picks, so hopefully I get some winners here with our games here on the show. Anyway, I'm going to make some free picks, certain here, and maybe these will be better. Maybe this will be fine this week. Let's start it off. All right, the Tennessee Titans will take on the Washington Commanders here on NFL Sunday. The Titans, they're playing some of their best ball of the season here of late, and Washington definitely is having a bit of a downturn here. I don't know if they're going too far or anywhere. Hopefully they can hang on to their position and make it to the – but it's still going to be a successful year, but it does feel like they're sliding here right now with a 3-game losing streak, and you still got them favored by a touchdown over a team like Tennessee that's gone 2-2 in their last 4 games. They have a very strong defense. That is a fact, despite this 3-8 record. The numbers would indicate the Titans have a pretty nice defense here. They are just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games, but definitely been a little bit better here of late. Tennessee 0-8 against the spread, coming off of a win for the Commanders here. Uh, they've gone over in 7 of their 10 games here,
Final.
7 of their last 10 games here right now. And look, in this one, you got a non-conference game here. The widely reported steam actually did come in on the over here right now. You're looking at, let me see, it was still 6 or is it 5.5? 6 and 44.5. Definitely the line here. Handicappers that I follow are definitely on Tennessee for the most part, almost overwhelming here, probably by about a 4-1 margin or so. They prefer taking these points here today. And look, Commanders aren't playing very good defense. We know that. Will Levis has been a little bit better. This is the Will Levis they're looking for in Tennessee. Whether or not he's a long-term play or not, right now, that's who they have. He's just 5-12 as a starter. That's not great, but for Daniels, here they kind of been slow of late. He hasn't been looking as good, but maybe there's just a little bit of hitting the wall with these Commanders. Maybe the schedule was a little bit easier. This one looks easy, but it's not. So I got to take the points here in this one. The Titans are playing much, much better. It looks like a mismatch record-wise here, right? But now the Commanders are regressing, and the Titans are kind of playing a little bit better. So the Commanders aren't really a team that is going to be covering a lot of spreads here. It feels like it feels like it's going to be a struggle just to get the win here in this one. Let's see what you guys have here with this one. We'll say the Titans have gone under their team total in 8 of their 11 games so far. Meanwhile, the Commanders have gone over in 9 of their 12 games. All right, Chad, let's see if you have a game here in this one. And who do you have? Elliott starts us off. He's got the game to go over here. Robert's going to be on the Titans, and Thomas is going to be on the Titans. I think Jermaine's on the Titans here. Ziggy says, I've got the Commanders, and I got them back at 1.5. Or maybe he's teased it down or something here, but he says, I got him at 1.5 here. So sounds like he's teased it or bought the points there a little bit. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Great to see you here. And we know he likes his foreign sports action. We do have a little bit more soccer coming up, including Manchester City and Liverpool. There's already a Serie A underway, La Liga underway, and more Mexican tonight, and I don't want to get into it. My Tijuana Cholos they did choke that 3-0 aggregate lead by losing 3-0, and due to the Cruz Azul being the higher seeded team, they're the ones that advance over my Tijuana Cholos. And that was they were down 3-0 in the first half, and I think that was the score. All right. And let's see here. Joe T likes the Commanders team total over. Thomas likes it over here as well. Like I said, yeah, Titans playing pretty good, great defense, top 5 defense in the league, but the Commanders, not so much. Hey, Joe's giving out a membership. Thank you, Joe. Also here, let's see. Robert's on the over today. And Thomas says this is a team Steam consensus play today here with the Titans. Wow. Wowza. Okay. We're off and running team Steam consensus. How about that? Great. All right. I want to bring up the make sure we don't miss any news or the inactives here today. Want to make sure I'm keeping up to date on anything here. just breaking here right now that Jacksonville left tackle Walker Little is signed an extension for 3 years and $45 million. So they have their man to protect Lawrence here, but can they get it going here is, I think, what the deal is. So, all right. Just want to make sure I have all that information up. And thank you, Thomas, for taking care of that. Teams. Do we have the poll up? I'm sorry, you guys. Joe, do you have that poll? I don't know. Let me make sure. I see. Let me dial it up here. I think Joe's doing the polls today, and I think that might be where we're going to get our information. Thomas says it's a team consensus, but I see the poll here. We didn't have the polls last week, so maybe we're getting it today. Let me just continue on. I'll see if I'm going to dial up YouTube here and see there. Thomas says he forgot about it. I remember we had it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Ray, Ziggy got it on an advanced line there, I guess. Here is Ray with the Titans. And if it ain't born, it's born. Likes the Titans. I think no matter what, I think the Titans are going to end up a consensus play here on the charts too. Here on our poll voting here. Andrew's on the Titans. Well, wait, Ziggy says he'd still lay 6 with the Commanders. Does not like the Titans to hang in there at all today. Maybe Washington will get it back together here. So, okay, here we go. And Werner skins first half. All right. So, I'm on the Titans here. Thomas says we're on the Titans. And let's see if we get those poll results in. I'll start to move on to the next game, however. And I'm on the Titans. And so is the consensus. All right, next up. It's my Chargers taking on the Falcons here in this one, with the Chargers favored here. They moved to a favorite here this week with on the road here at Atlanta. Okay. I'm down with that. Let's see if the Chargers can get it together. They're a 1-point favorite. I have 1.5 there, but I think it's a 1-point favorite here for the most part. Wow. Look at that chart that you guys have, 44-44. So the folks that apparently were typing in their team like the Titans, but it came out to 44-44, which would not be, but I'm going to roll with, I don't know what I'm doing here and now. I'm really puzzled by that. So it came out 44-44 percentage-wise on that poll. So, all right, maybe we'll do both. We'll see what happens, but that's not a consensus necessarily for the voting there on the poll. So, all right. Chargers here about a 1-point favorite in this one against Atlanta, total 48. Look, maybe the Chargers, maybe the lines makers, maybe the public is starting to buy into the Chargers here a little bit, at least offensively, getting things moving here this season. Look, it's been a pretty good season so far for the Chargers, given the expectations of the team right now. Still got to go on the road against an Atlanta team that is 6-5. Chargers are 7-4 here after a rough outing last time here. They not a rough outing, but they won and covered here, doing pretty well here at this point. Chargers are 8-4-2 against the spread their last 14 games as road favorites. Chargers, however, 18-26-2 against the spread, coming off of a loss for Atlanta. They've lost their last 2 games and they've scored just 2 touchdowns on their last 19 drives overall. So Atlanta 6-16-1 against the spread. Their last 23 at home. Let me make sure I get that one right. Okay, let's do this. Atlanta 7-15 against the spread last 22 with games that are lined at 3 points or less in those close games. But Falcons are 10-3 against the spread coming in off of the bye, but Falcons just 3-9 against the spread last 12 non-conference games here in this one. So let's see what you guys have. The widely reported steam did come in on Atlanta, but I don't think that's reflected here currently in the line. The steam also came in on the under, but here we're looking at, I think it's 47 and a half now here for the most part with the Chargers and the Falcons today. But see what you guys want to do in the chat here. You can vote along with us here with the poll numbers. You can pick over under as well. There's no problem there if we have a consensus on the total. But let's see what you guys want to do here in this one so far. NFC South just 6-9 against the spread at home against non-division opponents so far this season. See what the chat says here. We got a lot of plays here in this one with. See what we got here. Chargers and Falcons. Ferner starts us off. He's got the Falcons in this one. Ziggy's on the Falcons. Elliott likes the over in this one. Andrew says takes the Falcons here plus a point. Thomas is on the Chargers. Johnny Walker is on the Chargers. Ferner says Dobbins is out in this game. Yeah, no doubt. Dobbins is out. Edwards could be, he looks slowed here now again all of a sudden as well. So this is a little bit of an issue for the Chargers today in that running game for sure. It feels like right now. I think that is one maybe issue that they have, but Edwards is going to be in there. But I want you to remember a guy. If you remember from one of the Monday night games, Kimani Vidal. Kimani Vidal is someone you might want to look at today to maybe spring into the end zone for a touchdown for the Chargers. He's kind of a unheralded player right now, but I would think with the injury here to Dobbins and Vidal, who hasn't played in 2 of the last 3 games, and I don't even think's had a touch here in the one game that he did play. But remember that game against Denver that he did have some production in his first NFL appearance, and he was able to do some things after that as well. Hasn't done anything for the last couple of weeks, was inactive, but Kimani Vidal today is going to be someone to look at on the Chargers here, maybe in some props if you can get him. He's the back, he's the number 2 running back, but he could be getting a lot of run here today, especially if Dobbins is not also, I don't want to say not at full speed. Dobbins is never going to be at, Edwards is never going to be at full speed anymore, but look at Kimani Vidal here today. Joe likes the over here in this one. Also, Robert likes the Chargers here. And see what Jermaine says here. Falcons 2-8 last 10 weeks, 13 loss, 7 straight. Oh, they lose in week 13. Oh, that's kind of tough. Here, Joe says, can the Chargers bounce back? Hello to Tino today. Thank you, Tino, for stopping in. Robert does like the over here. Maybe the Chargers are better. I think long term, I think they are going to be better. And Thomas Bird here likes Cousins, I think, there. And Ferner says no run threat without Dobbins. Watch out for my man Vidal, I'm telling you. And I guess Gus Edwards will pick up the load a little bit. Doesn't have that explosiveness necessarily. All right, let's see. Ziggy says that short week going to be a problem here in this one. David Wallace, hello. And maybe that's it. Joseph Alvarado's here, and he likes the Falcons. Thomas Lewis talking about, you know what, if Jim Harbaugh was still at Michigan, I bet that wouldn't have happened yesterday, actually. I don't know. Chargers over here for Public Enemy. And Jermaine talking McConkey here. I think McConkey's got the best matchup possible here today. I might. It does say Ladd to go under, Johnston over. I think I might be opposite Jermaine on that, but Bijan tough. Hey, the Chargers do have a little bit of run defense. I think it's a little bit unheralded. I know I'm picking on Jermaine here, but maybe because I'm on the Chargers. Fernando's going over, and I'll take the Chargers here in this one. The vote's coming here right now, and the Falcons got 45% to the Chargers 37%. That doesn't seem like a dominating, overwhelming consensus here, but you guys like the Falcons a little bit. I'll take the Chargers. In this one, I'll note those percentages, 45 to 37. It looks like we had a vote or two on the totals as well. Nunya says the Chargers will get that defense kind of going here today a little bit. All right. And Jermaine says the numbers go down. I've got the slot. Maybe I need to update my numbers there. I've got slot receivers high production against Atlanta, but you probably know better than I. That's not my specialty. All right, you guys, here we go. Next up, let's keep it moving here right now with the Steelers and the Bengals. Well, you know how this one's going to go. How are the Bengals even favored here in this game, right? We know what goes on when these two teams meet. The Steelers win. The Steelers win. We know all these AFC North games kind of have that feel, right? Come on, underdog every time, isn't it? Especially in this series. The Bengals have actually had big-time problems against the Steelers. So I don't know, maybe, because they're at home. Remember the Bengals, it hasn't been terrific. Yeah, they've been picking it up here, it feels like, of late. But, on paper, it feels like the Steelers are just the better team here a little bit. Bengals got to kind of get it going or keep it moving here, it feels like at this point. But Steelers have been getting it done the whole time right now, it feels like. Come on, the Steelers come in 8-3. The Bengals are just 4-7 here. They have a series where the Steelers have won 3 straight meetings between the two teams. They've also won, let me get it here. I know I have it. 12 of the last 16 meetings, Pittsburgh has won in this series. So it's just been a good series here for Pittsburgh, it feels like. And they're getting the points in an NFC North game. What am I missing? I don't know if the Bengals can cover here, but the handicappers that I follow seem to have the Bengals for the most part in this one. They are heavy to the under here in this game. That's probably where I'm headed. The widely reported steam did come in on the under. Look at it, 46.5 in an NFC North game. All of a sudden, we're going to get a bunch of production. Yeah, with Joe, I get it, but still here, the Bengals just 1-3 as a home favorite against the spread. This season. It's usually been a pretty good role for the Bengals as a home favorite, but maybe they were a little bit underrated for the most part in the few years here of late. The Bengals have gone over in 8 of their last 10 games overall. Pittsburgh comes in 8-5 against the spread. Their last 13 division road games, they've gone over in 6 of their last 8. Steelers have won and covered 5 of their last 6 games overall. And, of course, they're 10-5 as a road underdog in the last 15 tries in the roll. So Pittsburgh's last 3 games are all decided by a touchdown or less. I figure they'll probably hang in here, but I'm gonna take the under here as my play. Feels like for sure. See what you guys want to do in this one with the Steelers and the Bengals today. NFC North action, man. Come on. Am I missing something here? Here we go. Am I gotta back it up here? Nunya singing the song with me here. And here we go. We got Pittsburgh here, I think, for Jermaine. I think he wants to go with them here. Thomas likes Pittsburgh as well. Joe says, what's the weather like in Cincinnati? See if we can't get that weather report here. I'm showing today that we're going to have temperatures in the mid 30s today. Nice sunny day, chilly. Elliott on the Bengals to get that cover. Werner on the Steelers here. Fernando's on the Steelers. Roberts on the Steelers. Ziggy, first half money line here. And Ziggy says the line tells you where to go. Werner says not getting a lot of team play from Cincinnati here. They're counting their money. Nunya, he put his vote on the under. I think I'm going to go with the under. David says maybe it will go under. Elliott's got the Bengals here. Joe T says I'm going to take a field goal prop in this one. And that might be it. And Philly Eagle Flyer says maybe it'll go overtime. Andrew says, look, that total's just too high for a division game. And Thomas says he's got this one as a consensus. He says this one's a consensus to him with the under here in this one. We'll see what the poll numbers are as well. I don't think the poll numbers will reflect that because so many people will pick but in the limited votes that we might get, it might be a consensus. It would only have to be 3 or 4 to nothing. So I'm on the under here as well with the Steelers and the Bengals here in division play. So give me the under in this one. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. A little bit of the series history, though, in that last one. I mentioned Pittsburgh dominating over in 5 of the last 8 meetings. So,
final.
All right. Let's keep it moving here now with our NFL action today. Move up to the Colts, taking on the Patriots. Here in this one, you got the Colts, a road favorite now, and we know the Patriots have looked a lot better. The Colts have been up and down here for the most part, it feels like, this season, but still they're going to be favored against the Patriots team here. You see they're under by a 2-to-1 ratio there on that poll. Pittsburgh 46-30. That's almost dominant as well, but we'll go with that under for sure. If you think about it, right, under 15%, over 7%. Now that might be 4 votes to 2, but that is at least 2/3 for sure on the under there. And the Steelers were not that ratio. The Steelers were probably 60%. So, all right, let's talk to this one here with the Colts. Take it on the Patriots. And Drake May has been the reason why the Patriots, or one of the reasons why anyway, that the Patriots have kind of been getting it together here of late. Patriots, they're still just 3-9. They're also just 10-22-1 here in their last 33 games as an underdog. So not a great roll, but again, maybe there is improvement here finally for the Patriots. You're going up against a Colts team that have lost 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. So the Colts here, they do play a lot of close games, no doubt about it. Richardson in there, maybe he's not as good as Drake May, but here's the other thing. You have 2 inexperienced quarterbacks, even though Richardson's been around for a year. Remember, he hasn't really had a lot of time in there. And you have Drake May, definitely a new quarterback here. So I don't expect a lot of offense in the game with these young quarterbacks, and the fact that that the Colts know that their secret to success today is going to be to run the ball. I would think the Patriots feel the same way here in this one. In fact, you look at Ramondre Stevenson. Look, he's in a good spot too, but you got to think you got Gibson here. He's going to get more run today, it feels like, here in this game. I don't know how much I can get on him here, but Ramondre, I think the numbers might be a little bit overrated. I would actually look to try to maybe see if I can get some Gibby props here with this one. Maybe Gibson can be a surprise touchdown scorer today for the Patriots. Handicappers I follow, relatively split right down the middle. Maybe they're leaning Colts here by a slight margin, and they are preferring the under for the most part. I'm going to take the under here in this one with Indianapolis and New England as my play here on the show. The last three meetings between these two teams have gone under. New England's controlled this series for sure, winning 7 of the last 9. Colts have lost 5 of the last 6 trips here into Foxborough. So Patriots are 4-1 to the over at home, but not 42.5. I'm going to end up here on the under as my play with the Patriots and the Colts. It's the Colts have gone under in all 3 of their favorite roles here this season. Patriots have been an over team at home, but I'm taking the under here in this one with the Colts and the Patriots at 42 or so. Let's get your comments in the chat. Your vote. Get ready. Type your vote in. Let's see what we got here in this one. And we're going to go with Turner up first, I think, here. He's got the Colts here, but Thomas likes the Patriots. Biggie says the Colts will win this one. I don't know. He doesn't know if they'll cover. Elliott feels the same way. He's just going to take him on the money line. So is Jermaine. And David Wallace does like the Colts here. Sports money is money in the chat here. Thank you. Also here, Andrew on the Colts. And lots of Colts support. Wow, look at this. Thomas says he's got the Colts as a consensus play already from you guys. Really? The Colts going to go in here, you guys, and just take care of the Patriots because they're the Colts, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like the Patriots are an improving lot, and I feel like this is kind of a neutral, I'm wondering why there is a favorite in this game, I guess. All right, here. Let's see. Anything else? Robert's on the Colts here. Thank you. Fernando on the Patriots, however. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer. He likes a teaser here with the Patriots and under.
Steam play.
Hey, we haven't had any Steam plays yet. Let's get one. Let's get one here. First Steam play of the day. It only took us an hour into the show. And this one's in the NHL today with the Columbus Blue Jackets here, taking the Steam right now in this matchup with the Blackhawks. And tell you what, that was already going to be my play. So let me just tell you right now, the Blackhawks will be my play here today. But they are on the road, and they're going to be over at probably $1.20 or $1.25 against the Blackhawks here on Sunday. Blue Jackets are taking steam right now here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, a few more here. If we do here, get it here. Nunya says he's expecting it to be a pretty good game. No, I think he's saying entertaining in a funny way, like a bad game. Maybe. Here's Chosen One on New England. All right, guess that's it. Oh no, I lost my YouTube chat here. Oh no. Can't have that. I want to see your poll results. So go ahead and enter them in here, and I'll catch up to you guys. I'll keep it moving right now. Philly Eagle Flyer here. He's got that's a hockey on that other game. So all right down the middle for you guys here with Colts and Patriots. So the people who are typing in their comments went with the Colts, but people who are punching in their picks were right down the middle, even 42% to 42%. Although under got a few more votes here than over in this one. I'm on the under as well. So, all right, Colts a consensus play from the people who are typing in their comments, but it was right down the middle for those of you punching in the results. This is a very complex situation here all of a sudden. Good morning to Dre. Nasty Nate likes the Patriots first half. All right, next up.
Final.
The Texans will take on the Jaguars here with this matchup in Jacksonville. You've got the Texans here. The move is obviously on Jacksonville, it feels like here. The spread was as high as, maybe even 6 or 7 on the openers. But it's been a gradual move here to the Jaguars. Is there some type of major injury situation? What's going on to make the Jaguars get so much attention here in this one? Probably the fact that Trevor Lawrence was named as the starter here again this week. He's healthy is all it is today, and I think that was part of the reason of the move, but I don't know. I felt like he was going to be in there pretty much the whole time on his timetable for the most part. You got Bigsby probable here as well today for the Jaguars. Let's see here. Abdullah is out. All right. Just checking the injury report here to make sure. I'm trying to fathom what the deal is here with the move to the Jaguars. I mean, to me, the Jaguars are, even the Panthers are playing, it feels like, a little bit better than the Jaguars here at this point. Here's a little bit of college basketball steam coming in. We got to get you some steam plays, get you some moves here as we preview the NFL. But I've got the San Francisco Dons here taking some steam right now in their game today against Mercyhurst. The San Francisco Dons were a 28.5 or 29-point favorite, but they're going to be possibly a 30-point favorite here against Mercyhurst today. Some steam coming in on USF. All right, let's talk about this one here right now with the Texans taking on the Jaguars. You got, like I said, a moving spread here, if anything, that has brought what I consider a little bit of value here in this one on the Texans. Still got to lay a hook here at 3.5, so might be a little bit uncomfortable for some, especially with a Texans team that's 3-6 as a favorite against the spread so far this season. And the Jaguars, well, they're 5-2 against the spread as an underdog, so maybe they are in their best and worst roles. It feels like the Texans haven't really been able to get it going here. So maybe there is hope for the Jaguars to get a win here today and kind of, they are coming in just 2-8 here at this point, but they've been close in a few games. They lost one by 50 points or something, but the other ones have been all one-score games for the most part. Jaguars have actually covered 4 of their last 5 games overall. They're also 6-3 against the spread. I said 5-2 this season against the spread as an underdog. Houston has dominated this series, however, winning 11 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams. The Texans have won 6 straight trips here into Jacksonville for this regular series. They're also 5-1 against the spread overall here. So it's got to be a little bit of a factor here in this game. The series history here, for the most part, feels like they've dominated them. Fairfield's taking steam here right now on Sunday in their game against Fairleigh Dickinson. Fairfield was a 6.5-point favorite. They're up to 8.5 here right now. Fairfield taking the steam against Fairleigh Dickinson. F. Dick. All right. Keep it moving here right now in this one. The Texans beat the Jaguars 24-20 back in week 6. They were a 6-point favorite. However, the Jags got the money. Texans outgained Jacksonville in that one by over 100 yards. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but I don't see it that way today. I've got this one as an over here tonight with Houston and Jacksonville. Over is my choice in this one. I think for Jacksonville, they've gone over in 7 of their 11 games this season. Houston has mostly been an under team. They've gone under in 8 of 12 games, but on the road, they are 3-3 with the over-under. So at home, they're 1-5 under, but on the road, their games go a little bit higher here, and maybe Jacksonville can kind of get the offense going. I guess they are the underdog after all. So, but Jacksonville has gone over now in 6 of their last 7 games overall. They're not really running the ball very well at all. So we'll see. They might be forced to kind of take to the air here. Let's go to the comments in this one with Houston and Jacksonville. You guys got a lot of comments here, it looks like, in this one. All right. Let's take a look here right now with Dre's on the, oh, that was on the Colts there in the last one. Here we go. Texans money line here for Elliott. And Thomas says, Trevor's back, but I've got the Texans here. David's on the Texans as well. Wine Time, good morning. And I want to tell Wine Time that my high school teams won 2 more championships. The 3 games of my teams in championships, CIF championship games, won them all. And one of my guys set the all-time single-season rushing record in the county of California, in the county of San Diego. One of my players hit the all-time single-season rushing record in the championship game for needed that extra game to get it, but finished with over 3,000 yards and 5 touchdowns in the championship game last night. Fernando on the Texans. Dre is on the Texans. Fernando's on the Texans in the first half. Philly Eagle Flyers got the Texans here. Maybe money line, maybe laying the points, whatever the case may be. It looks like he's on the Texans here. Robert likes the over here with me in this one, and I'm on the over as well. Ziggy says, I got him last week at +1. We got to go hang out. I want to hang out with Ziggy and get all these beautiful numbers, man.
Final.
Yeah, right, Nunya. He was never going to miss this game. Lawrence was never, I think that's what Nunya's saying. Lawrence was never going to miss. He was on target anyway to come back and make this game. So it is kind of funny, right, that the spread was reacted this way when all right, Nasty Nate, hello. What is he saying there about the Jaguars? All right, Elliott on the over here as well. And man, Thomas has got a consensus play here on the Houston Texans already. We've got 4 consensus. We're going to have a massive parlay for somebody here. This one, I think, might end up being reflective also in the voting. I think here I'll probably think that the Texans may dominate the voting here as well. But all right. Thomas says, I got to keep it. He's feeling the pressure on the. I don't think we should limit it. I think we should be honest with ourselves, but maybe we should correct those other consensus plays that the votes came in. Remember, we have the Colts, and it was split right down the middle. We also had the Titans, and that vote was split down the middle. Okay, let's see here. Texans will win by 13. That would be a premium, right, Elliot? Joe's on the over as well. And how about Will Anderson here? Okay. All right. I think that's. I think that might be it. Tom Regard, good morning and hello. All right. Give me the over as my pick in this one. Next up will be the Cardinals on the road here, taking on the Vikings. I don't know, is this the Josh Dobbs Bowl or something? Cardinals here coming in 6-5. They're getting plenty of attention, it feels like, from the public. handicappers as well, like Arizona big time in this one, probably by a 2-1 margin here. Taking a look at that poll here from the last game, the Texans 51-25. That is definitely a consensus play here on the Texans, more so in dominant fashion over those other ones for sure. Okay, here the Cardinals are getting attention from the handicappers pretty heavily here.
Final.
In this one. In fact, it feels like the Cardinals are one of the most talked about teams this week here, maybe to jump up and get an upset here, maybe knock off the Vikings. But I'm not down on the Vikings here. They're still 9-2. They've won 4 straight again. They've holding teams down. Connor did sign a contract extension right this week for Arizona, but man, it's going to be tough to run against the Vikings. They've been holding teams under 100 yards. It seems like every game here of late. Vikings have gone 3-8-1 to the under in their last 12 games. They're also pretty good on these tight games, but Minnesota terrible as a home favorite, 8-16 against the spread in their last 24 as a home favorite. Vikings are, though, 3-1 at home against the spread so far this season. So they're also 11-3-1 against the spread coming off of a win. The Vikings have won 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. The Cardinals haven't won here in Minnesota in a couple of decades. They've lost 8 straight trips here into Minnesota. So I guess today is the day, is what everybody's saying, that they'll be able to finally win one. But I don't even know when I think I gave up looking how far back it's been since the Cardinals beat the Vikings in Minnesota. Now, granted, they only meet they could meet every year, but they haven't been meeting necessarily every year. In fact, the last meeting between these two teams was back in, let's see here, October of 22. Is that right? 34-20. Vikings won here at home as a 4-point favorite. So, all right. Let's see what you guys want to do in this one with the Cardinals and the Vikings here. Give me your picks in the chat, and we'll run them down here right now. Arizona's been covering, no doubt about it. They're on a little bit of a roll right now. 1-covered 4 of their last 5 games overall. They're 17-12 against the spread, coming in off of a loss. They're also 16-9 last 25 as a home dog. And as I said last week, the Cardinals have been playing a little bit more defense. There's no doubt about it. Look at the numbers. The Cardinals have had slightly improved defense here. They've held their last 3 teams, I believe, under 250 total yards. So that's pretty good. And they've also held their opponents to just 9 points in the second half. They're not scoring either, but they're scoring a little bit more than their opponents in the second half. Here we go. Let's get it going in this one with Thomas on Arizona, Trey's on Arizona, Robert's on Arizona. Everyone I knew Arizona would be very, very popular, but man, I'm not sure. I mean, are the Vikings, I know that everybody thinks the Vikings are overrated and whatnot, but they're starting to win again too. Joe T's got a big time over here in this one. Thank you, Jermaine. I knew if anybody was going to have the answer. I stopped looking, Jermaine. I'm not saying that you're not a busy man with a lot of responsibility, but I just had to stop looking there at a while. But look at that. I mean, you talk about series history. This is dominant for Minnesota for sure. Now, granted, maybe the Cardinals are playing at the best they have in a few years here right now, it feels like. Ziggy's on the Cardinals. Fernando's on the Cardinals. Feels like a lot of Cardinals support, but here's Ray on the Vikings. David says, after seeing the chat, I'm not doing it. What I see from the chat is, I think what he's saying here worries him. Elliott's on the Cardinals too. T-Bird's on Minnesota. Like I said, the paid handicapper, the consensus from the handicapper consensus, not our consensus yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to reflect Cardinals. But the handicappers are on the Cardinals too. Philly Eagle Flyers got a little soccer action. Here's Robert McCormick on the Vikings here. Ferner says, got to take the Cardinals. The Vikings are having trouble closing it out right now. Elliott says he's got a shootout here in this one. These teams have been solid unders. It's pretty solid unders, it feels like, this season. You got the Cardinals coming in here 2-4-1 to the under on the road. Meanwhile, Minnesota 1-3 to the under at home. All right, I think we're gonna get our results together here. The overs come in 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two teams. Like I said, all dominated by Minnesota here for the most part. All right, here. Nunya said he was on the Cards and maybe he switched. Was that what he's saying? All right. I think that's it for this one. Oh, maybe you guys are on the over here. Oh man, I feel I'm on the under here with this one here at 45. So I'll take the under here, but I feel like I'm in a bit of disagreement with the chat. All right, let's continue moving on. One more in the early portion of the card here with the Seahawks taking on the Jets. And the Jets have been the team on the move here this week. They took the widely reported steam here to go from a 1.5-point dog to at least a pick 'em here right now. Is today going to be the day for the Jets? Even I have been all over the opponents of the Jets here. Seems like all season right now, I have not been a backer of this team here, especially when it looked like they were going to be as bad as they are. They're 3-8 coming in here in this one. Seattle's won and covered 5 straight meetings between these two teams, but again, non-conference foes, so pretty wide sample as far as going back. Seahawks, so just 1-5-3 against the spread non-conference games in their last 8, but Seahawks came out strong after their bye week, winning a pair of games and allowing just an average of 11.5 points in those 2 games. They've gone over their team total in 7 of 11 games, and they've allowed their opponent to go over in 7 of their 11 games as well. The Jets are just 1-7 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games overall. Jets are also 9-14 against the spread last 23 as a home dog, but man, are they a dog? They're not a dog anymore. It's definitely, in fact, I'm showing them. A few books have them as a 1-point favorite, so I don't know. I'll just call it a pick 'em here in this one. But handicappers are leaning Seattle. They're also pretty heavy on the under here for the most part, but the widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. Still, the total has for the most part moved lower here, maybe from 43 to 41 here in this one. So I'll move to the comments right now in the chat and see how you guys want to play it. The Jets are coming out of their bye, and the Jets are 1-6 against the spread here coming in off of the bye week. The coaching change hasn't helped anything at all. The team is an absolute mess. Guess what? I'm taking the Jets today over the Seahawks here in this one. I'll take them to win the game. Give me the Jets for once. I'm on them. I haven't been on them. I am today. Give me the Jets. What do you guys have here? Let me go to the chat, see what you're doing here with. Ziggy starts us off, and he's on the Jets. Thomas says Geno throws a pick. He's also on the Jets. David Wallace is on the Jets. Robert says, I got to take Seattle. Never taking the Jets. That's kind of the way I feel, but I'm going to take them today. Ray's on the Jets. Elliott's on the over here on this one. Robert's on the Seahawks. And Robert Dixon here today. He's on the Seahawks. Ferner's on the Seahawks. And Thomas was at one. He tried to say injuries, and then his autocorrect actually said, and I was thinking, what, 747? Dre here is on the Seahawks. And I don't know if anything is broken here yet with any injuries that we weren't maybe necessarily expecting here today, it feels like. I think we're all as far as the injury front is concerned, I just felt like, to me, we don't really have any big breaking news here that is surprising us necessarily. So I don't know what you might be looking for here as far as some of these guys. Breece Hall is probable here for the Jets today. And for Seattle coming in, Lockett is probable. Noah Fant is probable. DK is probable. Chanot is probable as well. So offense got their players here back. Leonard Williams is probable. So I'd say it's good news here for the most part for Seattle today.
Final.
All right, some steam just came in moments ago here on let me get this one here with NBA, Dallas and Portland. Steam to the under here right now with the matchup Dallas and Portland under 228.5. It's going lower here to 227.5 here in this one. We know there's some injury news there. We'll get to the NBA hopefully here. And keep fading Aaron Rodgers, everyone says. The funny thing is, it looks like Aaron Rodgers is the only guy willing to keep trying, it feels like. Here's Fernando on the Seahawks. Feels like Seahawks are pretty popular here in the chat. Elliott's on the Seahawks as well. Gino over in his pass attempts here. And all right. All right, that's going to be it from you guys in the chat. So we'll move on to the next one there. And I'm on the Jets today. That's it for the morning games for the after. Well, I say morning out here on the West Coast, but the early card here today. All right, next up. Buccaneers taking on the Panthers here in this one. And man, the Panthers about as good as they've been playing, it feels like, over the last couple of seasons for sure. Good on the Panthers. We didn't want to see them, totally wasting their season. They are just 3-8, but they won 2 of their last 3 games. They've covered the spread in all of them. And, well, you do have Dave Canales here at the Panthers. Remember, he was the Buccaneers offensive coordinator just last season. So I think there will be a little bit of strategy favoritism, if you will, for the Panthers a little bit with Canales here as coach of the Panthers. But Panthers here 2-5 against the spread here, coming off of a loss. But again, they played well, I thought, last week. Tampa's owned the series. That's no problem. We know that. They've won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. They've also gone 7-1-1 against the spread in those last 9 meetings. 5 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Buccaneers have won 4 of the last 5 trips here into Charlotte and covered the spread in those 4 victories as well. For the Buccaneers here, they come in right now just 8-9 against the spread last 17 tries as a road favorite here. Handicappers that I follow are right down the middle. They're split, giving the Panthers a chance at least to hang in there, maybe, and get the money here today. You guys can get your votes together in the chat. So the Bucs have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They're trying to get a stranglehold here a little bit on the division standings, but Atlanta's been waking up here certainly right now. And here's the thing, the Bucs have been losing, but they've been close games, no doubt. Their last 3 losses by 5, by 6, and by 3 points. So but they haven't been good in those close games. And that's where the Buccaneers have kind of struggled. They've gone over their team total in 9 of their 11 games, and they've allowed their opponent to go over in 8 of their 11 games so far. So let's go to the chat, see maybe the Panthers can get the offense going here. The Panthers have allowed their opponents to go over their team total in 8 of 11 games as well. Elliot likes the under. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just trying to bring a narrative here. Carolina's 4-1 to the over at home so far this season. These teams are a combined 15-7 to the over so far this season. And Robert says, what is the Jets' motivation? Okay, here we go. Bucks team total over here for Jermaine. Rob McMahon, nice to have you in the chat. David here, he's on the Bucks. Thomas likes the over in the game. Trey says Bucks and under here. Robert likes the over as well. Thomas is on Carolina here in this one. I think Ferner likes the Bucks. Ziggy likes the Panthers against with the number here. Bucks team total over for T-Bird. And also, Ray likes the over in this game as well. I like the over, man. I like the over here. Kind of like the over big time. This probably should have been a premium for me here, actually. I'm over here. I like the over pretty strong in this game. I think handicappers did too, for the most part. The consensus report had it pretty overwhelming on the over between the Bucks and the Panthers today. Super True Story says, give me the Bucks in the first half. All right, give me the over in the Bucks and Panthers game. And wow, Tampa Bay over is a consensus here. Someone's going to be getting a 6-teamer here, it looks like, today. All right. Man, you guys are hot on this consensus. We'll see what the voting says here as well. Oh, is it 5? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we have Tennessee. We've got Pittsburgh under. We've got Colts. We've got Texans, and we've got the over in this one. Okay. All right. We'll keep it moving on here right now. And next up will be the Rams taking on the Saints. Good matchup here. An old division, an old NFC West rivalry is what it is. The Rams come in here 5-6, but they've won 4 of their last 6 games. Rams definitely heating up here a little bit. Let's take a look at the poll of that other one. 55-30. That was pretty good too. Almost a consensus there as well. And boy, I didn't write the numbers down of those other polls. I was writing down the percentages and I forgot to write the last 3 games down. But okay, but here you did see the over here. What that looks like a 3-0 vote or so on that over for the consensus. So that sounds pretty good. All right, Rams here. Look, they've been pretty good as favorites here so far this season, and they've also lost when they're underdogs, but they're favored here, no doubt, against the Saints. The Rams have had the home teams won 4 straight in this series, but the Rams have lost in their last 2 trips here into New Orleans by 45-35 and 27-20 margins. New Orleans 4-2 against the spread as a dog so far this season for the Saints. You might have them at 4-3, I think, but the Rams come in 4-7 ATS. These 2 teams definitely trending over, especially the Saints. They've gone over in 7 of 11 games so far this season. Since the Saints changed coaches, they definitely got a bump here in these last 2 games, winning them both here. They've been racking up the yardage, but have kind of struggled in the red zone a little bit to get to break through. They've been having to rely on more field goals, it feels like, here of late. But again, they've won the 2 games since they changed coaches. Rams, though, like I said, looking pretty decent here, 21-15-3 against the spread, last 39 off of a loss. But they are 4-10-1 against the spread last 15 games in these tightly contested games of 3 points or less on the spread. So NFC West has not looked good on the road so far in non-division games, 4-7-1 against the spread in that role. Rams also struggling here a little bit on third down. This total has gone up for sure from 46.5 or so on some of these openers, all the way up to 49. The Saints have a very, very weak offense here today, right? As far as the personnel is concerned. No disrespect to these guys, but look at this lineup they're going to be trotting out there here today. The wide receiver core. You've got Valdez Scantling as your top receiver. Then behind that, you've got Cedric Wilson. You've got Mason Tipton here as your WR3, right? And, it's not a great lineup to be what it feels like. I've got to go under in this game. I'm not sure the Saints are going to have enough offense here in this game right now with those stars out of the lineup here. And look, give credit to MVS. In fact, when those players went down, I go on one of those sites. I'm on one of those sites that you can invest in the players a little bit. And I immediately put a little bit on Valdez Scantling. Now, he hasn't gone up. I don't know why. People don't buy his stock, I guess, but his numbers have been really good. I mean, it feels like we're almost seeing, a different player out there right now. He had the 2 receptions last week, including a touchdown and the win over Cleveland, and he had 109 yards against Atlanta. So I'm taking the under, though, for sure in this one. I guess, if anything, the Rams are 1-3 to the under as a favorite this season. But like I said, these guys are kind of trending over, but I'm not seeing it. I really have problems with the lineup that the Saints are trotting out there today on offense. Look, Alvin Kamara, no problem there, but what's going to happen beyond that? I mean, not only that, Kamara here, Jamal Williams is, what's his status, right? He was questionable for this week. So it's a great matchup for the Rams. I mean, really good matchup for the Rams offense here today, but I'm still taking the under in this one. Let's go to the chat. I'm going kind of slow here. See here. Oh, there we go. Here we go. I got to go all the way back here. Thank you, guys. Elliott's on the Rams. David's on the Rams. Dre's on the Rams. Here's Elliott's on the Rams twice. Here's Rob on the Rams. Thomas is on the Rams. Joe's on the Rams and over. Everyone loves the Rams here. I show handicappers that I follow on the Rams here by about a 2-1 pace. Here's Thomas Lewis says, take Kamara over his receiving yards out of the backfield. I like that. Over here for Super True Story. And a little bit of series history here from our man Jermaine. Rams to roll. And Thomas Bird says this game's going over. The Rams cannot stop the run. Fair enough. I don't know if I have them totally terrible here. I actually rank them probably well, they're not great, certainly, but I'll tell you who can't stop the run, the New Orleans Saints. Now it's just a matter of Kyron Williams. Look, Cooper Kupp and Nakua, they have great matchups too. I probably expect the Rams to smash here in this game, I feel like. Rams and over for Ron. Obviously, the Rams are a consensus play here. Curtis is going over. Robert's going over as well. I feel like I'm in the minority in this one. I've got the under here. And Rob says Carr off of a bye, always does well. But again, I just, when you have basically MVS, Wilson, and Tipton, that's where I have the problem here. The targets. Somebody's got to be in the game, so maybe they will have outstanding games. Maybe it will be on Carr a little bit. Joe's on the over here. It's all Rams in the chat, man. All Rams. Wow. Ziggy, Rams. Okay. I think I'm in agreement here. The consensus play, Rams here. I'm sure the percentages are going to reflect also. I'm going to predict before Joe even clicks on the poll. I'm going to say the Rams are going to be, I'm going to say it's going to be Rams 75, Saints 20, and over 10. That's 95, 70, 20. I think I just went over 100. I'll say 65, 20. Here it comes. 68, 28. Oh, no. Look, over came in second place. Nobody's on this. Wow. Wow. Rams 68, over 28. Saints 3. Wow. All right. Oh, David Wallace says Josh Downs is out. He's been our man, hasn't it? Oh, man. Downs is out in this game. Yeah, I think we knew that, though, coming in, didn't we? And Sports Money says Rams couldn't even beat the Bears right now. Fade these Rams. Oh, man, I don't know, Sports Money. I mean, this matchup, again, look, the Saints defense is what the problem is for me right now. I think that's where the problem lies for the Saints in this game. They might even get these mediocre wide receivers to get off. You see what they said there about Carr off of a bye, whatever. My problem is with the Saints defensively here in this game. I think Puka Nacua today, right? I think Puka Nacua is about to have a big one. Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going here. I think we got you guys in that one. Yeah, Joe, we do got a sharp chat, no doubt. Everyone thinks their chat is the best. I can't disagree. Okay, I think that's it. We got to keep it moving here. Big game, big game here in this one, right? With the Eagles and the Ravens here. Possible Super Bowl preview right now. Look, the Ravens are great. We know that. The Eagles are on a flat-out roll here at this point. They look unstoppable, it feels like right now. Now, this is going to be a little bit tough here with the Ravens, but it's not so much the Eagles, defensively, but their offense is picking it up too, it feels like here, right? Now, we know that Smith does have, let's see what his situation is here in this one. I think that's the problem here, right, for the Eagles today is Devonta Smith and his situation, questionable. I don't think we're waiting on these lineups here right now, it feels like, but it doesn't feel great for Devonta Smith here today, right? His situation was a little bit rough going in, but we're going to have to see, I guess, prior to the start, if Smith can make the lineup after missing last week's game. I don't know if I'm too worried about it, though, actually, because not only that, the Eagles' defense has been really stellar here right now, and I would expect the Ravens may have problems here offensively in this one is what it kind of feels like to me, but they still might get theirs on the back end is what it could happen. Let's take a look here at some of the math. So let me at least talk about the teams a little bit more than just generalizing. The Eagles have won 7 straight here right now, 5-2 against the spread. They've been crushing opponents yardage wise here. They've held their opponent under their team total in 6 of their last 7 games here right now. So I don't know. It feels like we should have the defense a little bit, but I think the Eagles may be doing some scoring here as well. So let's take a look right now. The Ravens 8-5 against the spread. Their last 13 as a home favorite. Always a pretty good roll. Baltimore 10-2 to the over here also right now. So I think I just gravitate towards the over because of what Baltimore's doing. But I think their offense could be limited a little bit. Handicappers are definitely on Baltimore here in this one. I don't know if I'm going to be with them. Quite frankly, I have this one as a premium, so please check me out today, but maybe you get the gist of the way I'm feeling here in this one. I'm still going to go over, despite thinking it's a little bit of a rugged matchup for the Ravens defense, but I just have a feeling the Eagles are going to be able to put up points. This Ravens defense, for whatever reason, is not what we're used to here right now, and it is a short week, obviously, for the Ravens coming in following their win against LA on Monday night. So UMass is getting some steam right now in college basketball in their game against New Jersey, NJIT. They're going up to 18 or so right now. Steam on UMass. We got to get this show moving, gang, here. Let's see what you guys have in the chat and get those votes in. And here we go. Elliot says we always need the poll. We do, Elliot, but we don't have the resources. I can't do it on the fly. And we have Joe here running it on the weekends. So, but I do like the poll very, very much. I wish we could do it on every game during the week. All right, here we go. Elliot's on the Eagles here. And Thomas is on the Eagles here. Sports Money, that's his team. And he says, don't overhype the Eagles. I can't help it. I just think right now the defense is just real. I'm not worried about last. I'm talking about the whole package right now. I think the Eagles here right now. Dre on his Ravens though says it's going to be a big day for him. And Thomas says Hurts is an overrated quarterback. Right now he's been doing pretty sharp here. Eagles money line for Philly Eagle Flyer. Ferner is on the over here. Dre says they kind of Ravens play down to their competition. They'll be up for this one. Ray says, get me a first half under. Philly Eagle Flyers on that same thing here. Ravens and over for I'm still taking the over in this game, even though I'm trying to say that the Ravens will not have a great situation here, but I think they may end up. I've got the Ravens kind of scoring on the back end, chasing the Eagles in this one. Joe's got the Eagles and over. Curtis is on the Ravens. And, oh, man, do I have the total wrong here? Or has it really gone up to, what, 50, 51 or so? Justin is here today. Nasty Nate's on the Ravens. And Ziggy's on the Ravens. I'm on the over in this one with the Eagles and the Ravens. All right. Sunday Night Football with the 49ers and the Bills. We already saw that weather. How is it going to be? Now, the total hasn't really moved, so I think they'll be able to shovel all the snow is what it feels like to me. Look at the poll there, 43-39, so very close there on the poll. And the over running about 3-to-1 ratio there. Looks like only 23 votes. We were getting about 28 last time we ran these polls, but okay, here, I'm going to write it down. I missed the numbers again. 43-29. All right. Now here we go. 49ers and the Bills. Let's talk about it quickly if we can in this one with the 49ers. Look, Brock Purdy is the story here. He will make the lineup here today. That's good. I think he's still kind of questionable, but I think all the signs are there that Purdy is going to be in this game. So he's probable right now. And what type of situation when you have a team, when you have Purdy in there and you have now, you don't have Trent Williams. I know that. So he's out. That to me is a big factor here. Nick Bosa, Megatron, he's out. And we know all the other problems too. But does feel like how can a 49er team, right, be a touchdown underdog to anybody as long as yeah, okay, Purdy, we've overrated him or whatever. He's not all that. I don't know. I think he is all that. I think as far as managing a game, this is what you get with Purdy. So I'm going to take the 49ers to cover this number against the Bills. That's going to be my pick. We can run over some stats here, though, and see what you guys have as well. But the Bills have won 6 straight, 5-1 against the spread. Hard to argue what's going on for the Bills right now. They did give up some points here of late, right? But let me see here. They've gone over their team total in 9 of their 11 games. They've allowed their opponent to go over in 7 of the 11 games on their team total. The Bills are here 6-2-1 against the spread off of their bye week. For the 49ers here, again, these NFC West teams kind of struggling certainly on the road, but Buffalo 6-2 against the spread as a favorite. The Niners are just 1-4 against the spread on the road. These two teams heavy overs, it feels like here, but the weather's the issue. But Bills are 7-1 to the over as a favorite, 5-0 to the over at home coming into this one. The Niners are also 11-6 against the spread last 17 tries as an underdog. So I got to grab these points, man, and I'm going to take the 49ers here to at least get the money here in this one. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys got. We got to get to these other games here right now and whip through this here real quick. So I got to be off the air here. All right, let's see what we got. Billy says, hey, is the LA Galaxy? How about I lost my MLS picks last night.
Final.
I thought we'd see goals, but we did not. Thomas is on the Niners. Robert is on the Niners here. Fernando's going to lay it with Buffalo. Ziggy's going to take the Niners, but Elliott's going to take Buffalo. Dre's on Buffalo. We're right down the middle, it feels like right now. Ferner's on the Bills. Jermaine's on the Niners. Good morning to Troy today. Nice to have Troy there. Appreciate you, sir. Also, T. Bird says he's got Josh Allen for a couple of touchdowns today. Yep, good news here for Purdy. David's on the Niners. Justin's on the Niners. I think that gives the Niners the lead here a little bit in the chat. Robert Franklin says the Niners will get the money. Here's an ATD for Justin. Ferner says that feels like there's conflicting reports on Purdy. Nah, we've got him in. I've got him as probable here right now. Fernando says Allen to get in the end zone. Ray's on the Niners. Thomas says who's he going to throw to with all those wide receivers currently out of the lineup here? That's the issue for him. All right, I'll clean that up a little bit and recite that. Here we go. I'll tell you what I think of these matchups. So Debo, I think I'm kind of neutral on the matchup for Debo today, but I think Juwan Jennings is the guy to look at here. Not only Jennings, obviously you might think it's a tough matchup for him necessarily, but I don't know. I think it might be okay. You look at his 2 games here. Look, last game, 5 receptions for 40 yards. Before that, 10 for 91. So I think Jennings can fill the role here. And you're also going to get some Pearsall today. I don't know if it's a great situation for Pearsall, but it is a great situation. Look, the one area I think the Bills struggle is covering tight ends. I don't know what you guys have as your rating, but I certainly think the Bills here are probably one of the bottom teams at defending against tight ends. So I've got Kittle with a big performance here coming off the touchdown there. He got the only touchdown, right, in that game against the Packers, right? Okay, here. What do we got? Oh, wow. 7 plays here. Consensus play on the Niners here from the chat. I think when the vote comes out, it might be a little bit closer here Thomas says Debo just hasn't been, getting it done here. No, he's been a no-show pretty much, it feels like, last couple of games here. Did have that kick return, though, in the last game, right? Okay, here. All right, I guess that's it from you guys in the chat on Sunday Night Football. And I'll take the Niners here as my play. Okay.
Final.
Check me out over at winnable.com. I've got 2 plays today in the NFL. Is that right? Mr. Volume here, 11 games, and I've got 2 plays. Oh, well. I got to get to the NBA real quick here. I'm going to probably cover these games pretty fast here today. Might not be a lot of previews, might be just some picks today. Let's take a look at that poll. Bills, 46%, 49ers, 40%. Right down the middle pretty much on that one. All right, here we go. NBA, real quick, if you don't mind. Thank you, everybody. Also, 7-teamer in the NFL today for somebody. Enter your comments in the chat. Be eligible for the drawing here in just a few minutes. All right, quickly in the NBA. I got to go quick. Going to start it off here with the Magic and the Nets. Got a little bit of steam coming in here on Oral Roberts. Who doesn't like a little Oral on Sunday? Oral taking the steam here against Missouri State. They were a 3-point dog. Let's call it 2 here right now as steam comes in on Oral Roberts against Missouri State. All right, I'll have a few picks in college basketball with the Magic and the Nets here in this one. We know the Nets have been pretty much money here for the most part here for several weeks now. They've been a bit of a moneymaker for us. In this one, I'm going to actually, though, gravitate towards the total here in this one. This one, to me, feels like a situation where I think the public is on the Nets. I mean, the public's on the Magic, right? But the move is on the Nets. Maybe a Joes versus pros, squares and sharps play here for the most part, right? The Magic opened 8.5 or so. It's down to 6.5, but I show the tickets running here on the Magic. So the move, these are kind of the ones that kind of clue you in a little bit. The total here is down. Wow, the total's down to 207. And I get it. We've seen some low scores here, maybe from these teams. Maybe the trends might say that this is an under matchup here for the most part. You got 2 teams here running under in quite a few games here of late. Well, mostly Orlando. Here, under is a favorite in 9 of 14 games, but Brooklyn's been an over, 5-3 to the over at home, 7-3 to the over in their last 10. This one's gone down here, and maybe some of these lower NBA totals do end up pretty close to the number, but 207 or whatever they're saying here, I've got to go over. I'm gonna flip-flop here on the – not flip-flop. I was never going under, but I like the value here now. I'm going to take over in this one. All right, here we've got Fernando says Real Madrid's up 2-0. AOD is here today as well. Thank you, AOD. Dirty Reg is here. He says take Brooklyn plus the points. He's not going to bet it, but that's what he likes. And Elliott's on the Nets too. I can't disagree with you guys. I'll have some premium picks in the NBA, and, well, I have a feeling this one's going to make it. All right, I'm going fast here, though, guys. Apologies here in the chat. But Pacers are going to take on the Grizzlies here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the Pacers in this game. It's gone from maybe 8 or so down here to 6.5 here right now as the Pacers are taking the flow, if you will. And the total here right now still at 244, despite the fact that the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. That hasn't affected it too much. In fact, it's only gone higher here. Some books open this one as low as what?
Final.
237 or so in this one. And I think I got a little value here with the Grizzlies now. I'm taking the Grizzlies and laying the points here at 6.5 now. Maybe I can get a few trends out, but it feels like we got to go pretty fast here, actually. You guys can comment as well in the chat if you have anything here in this one with the Pacers and the Grizz. You got an Indiana team that's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games on the road. Memphis here on a winning streak right now, won 5 in a row. They've also covered the spread in 5 straight meetings against the Pacers here. Indiana's gone over in 7 of their last 9 games overall. Elliott likes the under here. And Justin likes the Pacers here taking the points. And T-Bird says Memphis is going over a little bit with Ja back in the lineup. No, I'll tell you what, these teams have been over. These are strong. If you have one team that's totally going over right now, it's the Pacers, right? They're 6-2 to the over as an underdog. These two teams have combined to go 27-13 to the over this season. Nearly 2/3 of the games these two teams have played this season have gone over. Thank you, Sancho, for your plays there. Dirty Reg is with me. Let's lay it with the Grizzlies here. All right, next up, big game. Big game. Let's hear it, Nate. What's going to happen when the Celtics take on the Cavaliers here in this one? Real good matchup in the evening window, 6:10 Eastern, 3:10 Pacific, between the two best, well, maybe the two best teams right now here, with apologies to the Nuggets or maybe the Thunder a little bit. Who else you got in there right now? Both teams with just 3 losses so far this season. Cleveland, they are an underdog here. They're 3-0 against the spread as an underdog. It is a 1-point spread, though. Total is down about 233 or so. And I don't know, maybe that is value. The move is on the under here for sure, but the steam came in on the over. So maybe the Sharps are beating it down now all of a sudden a little bit in the matchup between Boston and Cleveland. Cleveland 10-1 at home, right, so far this season, but the Celtics 9-1 on the road. It's hard to find any negative trends here for the most part with these teams. If there is any negative, is the Celtics do have a little bit of trouble covering here. They've failed in 7 of their last 10 games overall, although they're a little bit better against the spread on the road. Cavs are just 5-5 ATS in their last 10, despite a 14-6 spread record overall this season. So if it's down to 234-ish or so, I've got a little NFL steam. I've got a report here real quick. We're seeing a move to the over here right now in Houston and Jacksonville. Never going to get much game day steam officially here, but Texans and Jacksonville moving up to 44.5 or 45. I did give out the over as my play, and we're seeing steam to the over there right now. Wow. All right, give me the over here in this one with the Celtics and the Cavs. I think the public is going to maybe beat this one down as an under, but I don't know. I'm going over here. But what do we got from you guys in this one? We've got Thomas is on Boston here to win. Jermaine says take the Celtics. I think Celtics double digit. Take the Celtics. I think he's saying here. Thomas does say under. Says defense here. They will be playing defense. Hey, Lenora Thomas. Hello. Nice to see you. Dirty Reg will take Cleveland here plus the points. Robert says Celtics first half over. Where is Nate on the Celtics game here? I'm on the over in this one. I'm going to keep it moving quickly here right now and get Heat and the Raptors here. Raptors at home. They've done a pretty nice job in the role, despite a bad record of 5-15 or whatever they are right now. The Raptors are 6-2 against the spread at home. Miami's been 5-4 ATS on the road, but look, Toronto here. They've been going over a lot, 6-2 to the over at home. Right now, they've been going under of late, but over at home, they're also, as I said, on a little bit of a run here, covering numbers at home. Miami has won 4 of their last 5 games coming in. They just beat Toronto the other night, 121 to 111 at home. I've got Toronto returning the favor, or at least covering the spread here. I'm taking Toronto in this one. All right, here we go with Robert had the Cavs in that other game. Nate is on the Celtics to crush today. Also, he's on Pritchard's points to go over here. And also he likes Kobe White over, or he likes his points and assists. Maybe he's got under in that. All right, Raptors and the points here. Toronto for Elliott. Raptors cover. Trey is on the Celts in that other game, I know, but I'm on the Raptors here in this one. Pelicans taking on the Knicks tonight, with the Knicks a big double-digit favorite here in this one. The Knicks don't seem like a team that's going to cover 12 points against even the worst teams in the league. They'll probably get it done and get this win, but I don't know if I trust them here to necessarily cover against the Pelicans, despite the Pelicans on this big losing streak right now. They've covered 3 of their last 4 games despite these losses. Now, the Pelicans are just 2-8 against the spread on the road, but they've covered 5 of their last 10.
Critical notice.
I guess that's not awful here. Grand Prix on. I got to put the Qatar Grand Prix on here. All right. For these two, the totals, Toronto's gone over. Let's see. I'm sorry. Pelicans and Knicks. I'm trying to be on here. Okay, here we go. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. That's where I'm headed here. The Pelicans have beaten the Knicks in 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Now, the Pelicans were a lot better. We know that. But again, they are getting some numbers here, and that's a little bit high. I'm taking the under as my play, but man, I'm probably going to include the Pelicans on the premium, I think. I know it's tough sometimes, but again, they're covering numbers, and I don't know if the Knicks are ready to get a number double digits here, it feels like. Here we go with I don't know if we have anything. Maybe these are under on this game. I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to move on here. Give me the under with the Pelicans and the Knicks. Next up, Thunder on the road, taking on the Rockets here. The widely reported steam did come in on Oklahoma City here in this one. They're a 1.5 to 2 point favorite. I don't think it's been a significant move necessarily, but there has been steam on the over as well, but I don't know if that's a great move necessarily either here. But oh man, is there really any value to this total? I want to go under here and fade this steam a little bit, but man, the move has been on the under too. So that's just going to be my free play under with the Thunder and the Rockets here. I don't know if we're getting the best of the number necessarily. So that's what I'll do. I'll just take the under in this matchup with the Thunder and the Rockets. All right. Let's see here. Thomas did go under in the next game. Robert McCormick says he's got Norris in a fast lap in the race. Thomas went over in maybe this one here with the Thunder and the Rockets. I think Elliott might be over here as well. Here's a prop with Barnes to go over. I've got the under, though, in the Thunder and the Rockets. All right. Next up, the Lakers and Jazz here in this one. And we have seen a little bit of injury information, I think, here coming in with let's see here. AD, he is probable in this one. Reeves is questionable. D'Lo is doubtful here. So I don't know. Hard to back these Jazz. They played last night, right? Didn't look that great there against Dallas. Dallas got the money in and under last night. Now, I don't know. The Lakers might put up the big number. Maybe the Jazz will be able to score a little bit against this Lakers team given the situation right now. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here in Utah, and 8 of the last 9 overall. I'm just going to take the over here at 229. It has definitely gone down here about 3 or 4 points. So I think there's a value there. The widely reported steam came in on the under. I got to go over with the Lakers and the Jazz tonight. I'm taking the over. Hello to Subhuman. Here's Robert went thunder and under in that other game. I'm moving quickly here. I got to get this moving right now. Mavericks here and Trailblazers in this one. Give me the Trailblazers here at home against the Mavericks in this one. I'm taking the points tonight with Portland. They've actually had a pretty good series here against these guys. It's been a good run for Portland. They've actually let's see. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here in Portland. The steam came in on the under. It's down here to, it's still 228 or so. And you have Dallas here favored by 7. I'm on Portland in this one. Dallas is on fire, covered numbers right now, which is interesting, right? You never see that, especially with the fact they've had, Luka out of the lineup here still. So they've still been getting the numbers, but man, still favored by 7 here despite Luka missing these games. Dallas has still been able to cover. Portland just beat the Kings and they covered against San Antonio. I'm going to take the Blazers here in this one. All right. Got some plays here. The Jazz for Robert. Elliott's on Portland, however. He's Trailblazers here for Robert Franklin as well. Over for Thomas and Portland to cover there, I think. T-Bird says he's got the Lakers and a double-double here for AD. All right, Liverpool scored here apparently. I'm a little behind in my game because it's still 0-0, but here comes the attack. I can see how this is going to go. It's going to be a big-time cross and probably some type of header. Let's see here. Moved right in. And is that going to hold? I think it's going to hold. Okay, here we go. Last 2 matchups here. We've got the Spurs and the Kings. I've got the Kings here. I'm going to lay the points with the Kings at home against the Spurs tonight as my pick here on the Morning Steam show. You got 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here of late. That pretty much seems like a pretty good play, actually. Total here at 226, 225 and a half or so right now. Give me the Kings here tonight. I'm going fast, gang. I got to go. Going to be over at the across the street here in just a little bit. My call time is coming up. So please check me out over there on PSR for some plays here in about 20 minutes. Nuggets and the Clippers right now, and I'll take the Nuggets here on the road to win and cover here against the Clippers. Look at the total. 222 should be 202 is what I think. So I think I'll have a big-time premium here in this one on the under, I'm sure. But I'll take the Nuggets here on the show. Clippers are on a winning streak right now at home. They've won 5 straight. But I'm going to take the Nuggets here. 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams in LA have gone under. We know the Clippers go under in every game. Maybe I'm just a square. Maybe I'm falling for the trap here. We do know that Norman Powell here, I believe, is upgraded to questionable here in this one. That sounds promising, actually, for Powell. But I'll take the Nuggets here tonight. All right. Few more plays here. San Antonio for Elliott. Subhuman's got some plays going on. He's already cashed. All right, NHL right now, and I got to move quickly here, gang. I'm so sorry about that here, but let's take a look at some of these matchups here. A little bit of steam here real quick. I'll get this one to you. Hofstra and Arkansas State. We are seeing steam here to the under in this one with Hofstra and Arkansas State. That was going to be my play. So let me just tell you, I'm on the under there as the steam rolls in with Hofstra and Arkansas State. It's going to go to 137. So missing out on some points there, but that's the one I liked, and that's the one I'm taking. I don't even know if we're going to make it here right now to the college basketball because I got to go. All right, here we go. Canucks here taking on the Red Wings, and I've got the under in this one with the Canucks and the Wings here in the matchup. I don't think we're even going to go over the goalies here or any of the trends because I got to go, but I'm going to take the under. It is 5.5 over 20 listed there. Maybe I can buy it up, take 6 under 40, I think, here in this one. You have Detroit definitely going over, definitely going under at home here in 5 of their last 6 games here at home. Vancouver's definitely been going over, but I'm going to try the under. The Steam came in on the under, and I'm going to go under in this one, Canucks and Wings. Ron says go Canucks and over. Elliot, I'll be over at Pub Sports Radio YouTube channel in just about 15 or 20 minutes. So that's why I'm kind of going fast here. I promised them call time. So, all right, Canadians here and the Bruins. I got to take the Bruins on the puck line here. Just utter dominance in this series. We know that for the Bruins. Let's see what the damage is here now. They've won and covered the puck line in 5 straight games overall. Montreal's covering puck lines here of late for sure. They've been scoring some goals too. They've gone over here quite a bit of late. I want to check that out. I know that's true. But nonetheless, I'm just going to take the Bruins on the puck line. Montreal 8-3 to the over on the road so far, but Boston 4-12 to the under as a favorite. Give me Boston here on the puck line tonight. All right, here's Bruins and under for Ron. Next up, the Blue Jackets are taking on the Blackhawks here, and I'm going to take the Blue Jackets here on the road. We just saw them take the Steam here a little while ago on the show, so they've been covering puck lines too against the Blackhawks here of late in this series. So I'm going to try to grab the Blue Jackets here. I know they're, what are they now, $1? They're up to $1.40 or so from $1.25. So no value there. The widely reported Steam did come in on the over. Interesting to note there. We might be able to get something together on that one. But you do have here a Columbus team right now doing pretty well, 5-4-1 their last 10. We know they've struggled, but taking on a equally bad team here, it feels like right now in Chicago. Even though it's on the road. Give me Columbus here in this one. Jets and Stars here in this one. You got the Stars favored. The Steam did come in on the Jets here. This is probably the game of the night. It feels like right now 18-6 for the Jets. The Stars are 14-8 coming into this one. So a real good matchup here. But the Jets, all their losses, right, or no, 5 of their 6 losses have come in as an underdog. This has been a Dallas series for sure. And Dallas here, well, not necessarily a dominating series here in this one, I guess. In fact, Winnipeg's won the last 2 meetings, including the one back a month ago, 4-1. But I've got Dallas here tonight over Winnipeg at home. All right, Senators and Ducks winds it up here in the NHL with the Senators on the road against the Ducks, $1.75 or so. Oh, I don't even have the line up there. That's terrible. I think it's $1.75 here right now. Down to 160. Call it 160, and the total is at 6. So I've got the under. There we go. So I've got the under here in this one with the Senators and the Ducks. All right. Here we go real quick. I've got some college basketball. These are just going to be plays and the show's over. We're going to do the drawing here right now. We've got 75 of you in here. We need to get this drawing going. All right. Middle Tennessee and UAB. Give me the over here in this one. These two teams meet quite frequently and they go over quite a bit. Now the steam came in on the under here and maybe these two teams have a few unders. I'm going over here right now. I know this line might be lower than this. I'm not going to update it on the screen, but here, Middle Tennessee. 157. Okay, there you go. It's still being pumped to the over, so I get it. I'm on the over here in that one. Here's an under. I have Cal Baptist and Central Florida. Here, not giving any handicap or trends. Hopefully just trust me on these, but that has been a big move here. 3 points to the under from a 149. So give me the under in this one. Next up here, let's see what I have. I think I got one or two more. Oh, there it is. The Hofstra game, right? Against Arkansas State. The steam just came in on the under there. And, well, I like the under here as well in this one. Couple more I missed. Oh, here we go. North Alabama and Wofford. I have the under in this one at 144-ish, I believe, here. I want to make sure I get these spreads right, or at least say them to you. 145. I'm taking the under here. Also, North Florida and Nebraska. I'm going to lay 15 points here with Nebraska. It's actually up to 16.5 here right now. So let's get the drawing in there, everybody. Let's go. I think we got a 7-teamer here. Someone's going to win some big-time money in this one. Oh, one more here. South Carolina and Xavier. I've got the over here with South Carolina and Xavier total at 146.5. Sorry, such a crummy job, you guys, but I gotta go. And let's do the drawing here right now. Type in something in the chat if you want to be entered into the drawing. And I'm going to bring it up right now. We've got right now 50 of you entered into the drawing here today. Let's take a look and who's going to get this 7-teamer here today. Wow. Here we go. Good luck. David, Thomas, Wine, Sancho, Juan, Bo, Arnez, Thomas, Justin, Troy, Thomas, Nasty Nate, Wine, Ziggy. There he is, Jason Roy. Thank you, Ziggy. Good luck. I'm going to send you some money when you win the 7-team consensus parlay today. Thank you to Ziggy. Thank you to everybody. Don't forget my plays over at winnable.com. You can get my best picks over there, including my 2 NFL plays. The man who deals more picks than, well, I don't know, but I've got 2 in the NFL today in premium land. Hopefully just gave you a bunch of winners. I'm going to join you in about 20 minutes over at Pub Sports Radio with some more picks as well. So join me over there. There'll be new picks, fresh picks over there as well. So check me out over there on that channel. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We're going to be, there we go. Finally did it right. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. I know we ran it through a little quick, but it was NFL Sunday anyways. So join me tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll preview Monday Night Football and get ready for more college basketball action next week, NBA Cup as well on Tuesday. And I'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you, and so long.
Can't escape from the team, called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.